Hello, today I will be talking about my interview with my former boss, Heather Robitzer. Heather was unable to sit down or record with me because she's actually taking a road trip to California's newest buying trip that's coming to LA. So that's very exciting for her, and she wanted to make a full experience out of that. So I was able to briefly talk with her and use my previous knowledge, as well as I had a long list of questions that we went through, and that's how I was able to conduct my interview. So Heather Robitzer, she owns a store called 109 in Kennett Square. It's a high-end women's boutique. She started it 6 years ago. She moved to the neighborhood. She was walking around town with her two girls, where she previously worked in fashion with her mother. And she saw this storefront and she said that she looked at it and she immediately saw her full vision right in front of her eyes. Gold racks, clear acrylic chairs, the nicest clothing that you can get without going to Neiman Marcus, flying to Europe, or ordering online, because at the time online was kind of still up and coming as compared to now. It's some people's main way of purchasing items. So she really had her full vision unfold. And within a year, she opened up her store. At first, it was very unsuccessful. We live in a small town where the demographics are very uneven. You have very, very rich people, very, very poor people, and then you have the people in between. And it's a very fine balance. And she really needed to understand how she could appeal to multiple markets, because there was not enough for her to just stick with her a high end. So within her first year, she had to remarket a little bit. She took a lot of high-end pieces out. $10,000 watches, $5,000 dresses, $700 shoes, and she started to incorporate new products. She had $50 sweaters, she had $500 sweaters, she had $30 shoes, she had $600 sweaters, and that's how she was really able to capitalize on the market where she was. Funny thing is that Heather was not always interested in fashion. She started in as a communications major, which makes total sense if you were ever to meet her. She's the type of person that you could talk to for hours and you feel like you totally relate to. And she's the type of store owner that never just wants to sell you something. She's the type of person that wants you to love it. She doesn't want you to return it. She genuinely wants you to be happy in what she is selling to you, and that really relates to her morals and her integrity as a person. And we got into briefly of what kind of problems and her daily struggles that she has as a female business owner. And she said that her biggest struggle is to be able to keep up with the daily changes that us as younger influencers provoke on this entire world. She feels that her age demographic that she's appealing to, which is generally the mom, ages between 30 and 50 years old, but she has that sense of style of like a young New York teenage girl. Not teenage, but young, confident, sexy woman, where in a town where we live or where we are from, it's not always reciprocated as that confident, sexy woman. It's, oh, I'm too old for this, or that would never look good on me. So she's really tried to emphasize her market in that aspect, and her skills and abilities and attributes have 100% shown from that. And one thing that I really genuinely took away from talking to her is understanding that you can't make everyone happy in this industry at all. You have to stay true to yourself, your style, but also you have to understand other people's points, feelings, body types, colorways, like all of those different things that really matter into a small boutique business while still keeping your brand image. And I had more things that I really did wish that I talked to her about. I really wish that I understood, like, where do you think that your style came from? She did have a mother that was very heavy in fashion, but she did always say that she was so different from her when they were in business together that they often butt heads, because you could see that her side of the store that she bought out for what she thought was right, and then her mother's side of the store kind of clashed in a way, and she wanted in her new business to bring both of those worlds together, of like the young, confident, but like fearless, sexy, adult, powerful woman. And that was what her main goal was. And she basically emphasized the fact that we are all here just trying to make it work and make everyone happy, but sometimes at the end of the day, we can't make everyone happy. And we just have to do what we feel is right, and we can try to help people kind of see your points better, but you really just can't beat yourself down, and not everybody is going to like what you have. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everyone is going to understand where your style's coming from, but you also have to accept the people that don't, and the ones that do, you value and treasure, and even the ones that you don't, you still value and treasure, because it's take everything with kindness and criticism. She takes her criticism daily. She has people that will come into her store and get past like the first wave and it's like, this is too expensive, and walks out and doesn't even finish the whole thing. And she looks at herself and she's like, what am I doing wrong? Everything is so cute. It's so great. Like, it's so fashionable and stylish, and some things are affordable for certain people and some things are not. And she has really like taught me as a person, a businesswoman, and as like a young future entrepreneur, that the most important thing is to stay true to yourself, as well as every single person that walks through the door. If one person says, oh, I want these $600 shoes, and another person's like, why would you ever spend that much on those shoes? You have to value each and every opinion and take it and put it into a new wave. So those were some of the things that I learned from Heather. I really wish that I could have recorded her by the time of this deadline. Unfortunately, the only time she was available was tomorrow at 11. So I was unable to reach the deadline in that aspect. But I'm really glad that I got to sit down with her over the phone and understand where she has seen her struggles and how she's gotten through them, and how we all have those things in life that we need to use and not beat ourselves up so much on, and not just quit and just keep pushing through and think that there's something out there for somebody else. Maybe not this person, but somebody else. And yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed this process, this interview, all of that. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.